Hello YouTube, this is ScaryBunny88 or AMSE's second Company of Heroes video. Today I will be playing as Wehrmacht on the map called Ruins of Glauen, or I think it's called that anyway. 1v1, another 1v1, yeah. So today, just as like showing off the Wehrmacht a bit, my strategy: build one extra pioneer, go straight for Wehrmacht quarters. And for this match I thought I would go for infantry veterancy instead of support veterancy, so I'm going to start off with the Volksgrenadier squads, which gives me the sort of manpower. I'm playing Americans, so I want to be able to meet his riflemen with like a sort of equal number of men, so I went with Volksgrenadiers, and then I'm going to make an MG after that to suppress him, just to beat the blob, which is pretty much what he does in this game, I could tell. So just moving out with my pioneers, capturing. By the way, if you tell a pioneer to capture and hold down shift and right click on something else, he'll automatically go to it after he's captured the first one. So that's useful for like when you want to queue them up and you're like distracted by something else, they'll keep doing their job. So here, send out my Volksgrenadier squads. As Wehrmacht, I like to secure the middle point with an MG and everything, and then expand out either left or right. The American player in this game, I put an MG over here to cover the left, and he sends a couple squads over there and they die, and he doesn't really send any more over there. So the main fighting is over here by the right, because I also set up a bunker here to cover the middle, so he tries to flank around here, as you'll see. So as you can see here, Volks against Riflemen battle. The Volks, they have the Kar 98K, which is very good at long range, and they have the Rifleman, which is the Garand, which is better at short to medium range. So when you're using Volks, you really want to kite the Rifleman around to make sure that they don't get close enough to take you out. And that's basically what I'm doing here, and I'm pretty much winning against him. So here comes my MG.
One of our sectors has been cut
With the MG, you really got to make sure that it doesn't get flanked. You got to be constantly mycoing it when you're against more than one rifleman squad. You'll see here, I do get some shots off of these guys, but not enough to suppress them. They go round, have to move it away and adjust the Volks accordingly, because if they move there, they have cover against those guys, but not those guys because they're behind them. So all the while, my pioneers are around capturing here, and luckily the two other guys, the MP40s and the MG squads, enough to hold these guys back. So quite a massacre in the middle here. He retreats both his squads, allowing me to move up and recapture the stuff. And sending in another Volk squad.
The Yankees are grabbing our territory.
And the fourth thing I build is another MG, I think. So pretty much taking my stuff back. And the next building I'd like to get is the tier 2, which gives me grenadiers, which is basically the best thing you want to get when you're investing in infantry veterancy. Although I do go blitz, I don't actually get any grenadiers. I go blitzkrieg, so I can get stormtroopers, which are pretty beastly once they get to veterancy 3. But I only get them to 2 in this game, but they still do pretty well. So what you want to do is, if you're not going blitzkrieg necessarily, then you want to upgrade to skirmish and build the second building before you actually build the campcraft and invest in the veterancy, because then you might not, it's better to have the actual units than just have the veterancy for them and no units. So yeah. So my opponent here is doing typical American strategy, just building lots of riflemen, and then the first upgrade for them is bars, which are pretty good, but of course as a counter to them, as always, is the MG to suppress them and the flamethrowers to flank them. And you see a flamethrower pretty much decimate a 5-man squad later on, so be fun to watch maybe. So this is when my 1MG just holds off 2 squads. He just does not, he just denies him this area and he doesn't really go here again. Now if I was him, I'd probably send him around here because you can actually shoot through the logs. Maybe go around here instead of capturing, because capturing means that he gets suppressed faster and takes more damage. So this squad does capture the point, but it gets down to 2 men, so they'll have to reinforce the squad. All the while he's capturing with the squad this point, which could be running around here or something. So he's just not microing his forces very well. And here goes the bunker, moving up. Always capturing stuff with my guys, never really staying unless I overextend myself. So there goes the Krieg barracks I built before I get the Kampfkraft Center, which there's about to build there. They decided to. And more Volks to capture this. So the bunker, as you may know, can get 3 upgrades. They all cost 50 munitions. The MG upgrade, which I'll talk a bit more about that in a second. The medic bunker, which is the most common one, it spawns 2, and it's the one I'm getting as well. The here goes the flamethrower against 5 guys. There, 2 down to 2. Yeah, they're all dead. So the guy with the bars here, he's using the suppressive fire ability, which is pretty good when you're against load squads, but when you got 2 against 1, is like you can only suppress 1 at a time, so the other one's still free to fire at you. So yeah, about the bunkers. The Medi bunker sends out 2 medics, and yeah, you can see one of them running here. And they go out and pick up guys. When a guy gets shot, he either just normally dies or he goes into this wounded state where that guy was, but then he disappeared. And so the medic runs out to pick him up, and if he gets him back, then if you get 4 wounded guys back, then you get a free grenadier squad, which is pretty useful. And the third is a repair station, which I have only ever seen once, and that was by me in a fun game, so I don't really think people like it that much. So about the first, the MG, there's like pros and cons to put, like upgrading the MG and putting like a normal MG inside. The MG that you buy, it is invulnerable to flame damage. This one is, like as with like guys in buildings and cover, the flamethrower is very good against the guys in here. But the upgradable one doesn't have that. But the upgradable one can also not actually turn around and look, and it can only face one way, which is the way that you built the bunker in. So this guy, when you put one inside, he can just turn around and look anywhere. So it's for you to decide, really. So he's moving his guys up, and as you can see here, they're just like standing around doing nothing again, which I'd emphasized in my last video. You really shouldn't be doing that. And just setting my Volks to capture on the left. If you have like a choice of 2 resource points to capture like this, you should capture the one that's closest to his base first, because more than likely it'll cut him off from the other one. So that like denies them resources quicker. So here comes the first stormtrooper squad. I don't actually get any upgrades for them. I pick up a bar from one of their guys. So I think, yeah, I get 2 of these squads, stormtrooper squads, and they hold off them pretty well. Now I'm falling back from this fight because against flamethrowers and normal infantry, it's quite like hard to micro, because when you're in cover, flamethrowers actually do more damage, and of course when you're in cover, normal guns do less damage. You have to sort of get rid of one of them before you can effectively like fight again. So this Volk squad taking down the capturing riflemen, capturing gives them more damage, and